3. But the battle really is for the lead here between Brad Smith, Keith Higgs and also Darren Hickman, a Tasmanian, a Victorian and a Western Australian doing battle here for the South Australian Championship. As they come out of turn number 4, it is still Brad Smith out in front. He won this, well, he's won the Tasmanian Championship before, so he knows what it's like to taste state championship victory. Keith Higgs, a former Western Australian champion. So both those drivers out in front searching for another state championship. But the number 9 of Darren Hickman yet to break his duck in state championship competition. And we're desperately hoping to chalk up a state championship right here tonight as the yellow lights are on. Oh, we've got contact down there in turn number 4. It looked like one of the cars involved may have been the 77 of Bill Miller. The other one may have been the 25 of Craig Lockwood. On the restart now, all the drivers must go past that orange cone situated on the front straight away before they can pass. Oh, Mick Nicola made a bit of a mistake there in turn number 2. That allowed the 5 of the Marathon Auto Parts Pontiac of Trevor Ware to try to make the move, but he couldn't quite get it to stick as Nicola had a little bit more straight line speed. So Nicola will continue to run forth. Oh, Trevor Ware got turn number 2 all wrong there, and he cut the grass as he exited turn number 2, but no harm, no foul, as he continues to run in position number 5 ahead of Paddy Ward. But the battle really is up in front between Brad Smith and Keith Higgs. These two have been trading punches all evening, and this is going to be an enthralling battle for the remainder of this event. Still around about 20 laps remaining here in the 30-lap Super Sedan Championship final. What has Keith Higgs got up his sleeve? Can he run past the number 1 of Brad Smith, or can Smith continue to run that bottom side of the track as he has been for most of the event? And will he be able to hold out the number 85 of Keith Higgs driving for Smorgon Steel? As we now cross a few laps later on, there was a restart. Well, there was a caution flag, and we now cross to the restart after the caution involving Terry White down there in turn number 4. But it's still the number 1 of Brad Smith out in front, the orange and white machine doing the business out in front, the Dodge Intrepid looking quite nice on the racetrack. The setup is obviously to the driver's liking. It also must be well and truly set up nicely for this track conditions here. 372 metres, as I mentioned, here at Mount Gambier. The Gumbo Boring, as it has been known for a number of years. And have a look at Keith Higgs. He's just drove straight by Brad Smith down there in turn number 3. And a new race leader is Keith Higgs, followed by Brad Smith. And poor old Darren Hickman has been sitting back there in 3rd for the entire event, wondering what he can do about these 2 cars in front. Justin Farley in car number 33 is about to go a lap down. The rookie driver out of Tea Tree Gully must be given great credit for coming down here to contest the state championship in his first season of racing. Only 5 South Australian cars made the trek down to Mount Gambier, which is a little disappointing. But luckily the field was topped up by a lot of quality interstate drivers. But it's still Keith Higgs followed by the number 1 of Brad Smith. Now coming into this battle up in front is the number 3 of Mick Nicola. This has been an absolute bull terror of a Super Sedan Championship final. Keith Higgs followed by Brad Smith, Darren Hickman and Mick Nicola. Any one of these 4 drivers could take out the event. Also Trevor Ware sitting back there looking very menacing in 5th. This event is going to go right down to the wire. You can sense it here. And once again, Brad Smith to the inside of Keith Higgs. We've got a new race leader once more. Brad Smith has fought his way back into the race lead. Keith Higgs held it for about 3 or 4 laps, but Brad Smith said, I'm going to have it back. And now he's once again pacing this field here in the South Australian title. Here comes Darren Hickman now, up the inside of Keith Higgs. Higgs has gone from 1st to 3rd in about 2 laps, and Darren Hickman is starting to get the race face on, and is now charging towards the front. The next driver on the menu is Brad Smith, and Hickman now looking to the inside. Almost contact there in turn number 2. This is an exciting Super Sedan race. You won't see any better event anywhere in Australia. As they come out of turn number 4, it's still Smith. Hickman looks to the inside, and Hickman's got the job done. Oh, the 1 of Smith has looped it in turn number 2. Oh, also Mick Nicola and Trevor Ware involved. And Trevor Ware, unfortunately, took the brunt of the incident and is now on the infield. So our new race leader is Darren Hickman, followed by Keith Higgs. Mick Nicola now finds himself in position number 3. Then we go back to a driver that we haven't seen too much of in this event, and that's Steve Vaughan in car number 67, now running in position number 4. Ran second in this event last season at the Murray Bridge Speedway. Is he able to duplicate that result or go even one better sitting back there in 4th? He still has a realistic shot at winning this event. Bill Miller in position number 5 has fought his way after starting from the back of the pack. Once again, we've got another restart, another caution flag for contact. So on the restart, once again, it'll be Hickman, followed by Keith Higgs. Then it's Mick Nicola, Steve Vaughan, Bill Miller, Steve Stewart, and Brad Smith now at the back of the field. This event started with 14 cars in the feature event. We're down to about half that number. It's been really has been a race of attrition here in the Super Sedan State Championship final. Over 30 laps of the Borderline Speedway in Mount Gambier. It's still Darren Hickman out in front. The Bendigo Charger looking for his first state championship win. But don't discount Keith Higgs at the moment. He has been on the pace all evening, as I mentioned, reset the 10-lap track record in the opening heat of the night, and has gone on from there to record another heat win and a second placing. The only guy to beat him tonight was Darren Hickman in the final heat of the evening. And can Hickman hold him out here in the final event? 5 laps remaining, there'll be 4 to go. As they come past the start-finish line, Hickman got a little sideways there as he got up into the loose stuff out of turn number 4. Keith Higgs has really only got a couple of shots remaining. Can he make the move stick with only 2 to go as they come past the start-finish line? Darren Hickman's gone very defensive. He now heads to the bottom side of the racetrack. He says, if you're going to go around me or go past me, you're going to have to go around the top side of the racetrack. Have a look at him hugging that pole line. In fact, it'll be 2 to go this time by. What has Keith Higgs got in store? Will he go to the top side and try to take this victory? Or will Mick Nicola try to go around both of them? Darren Hickman has gone on the defensive out of turn number 4. 1 lap remaining. The white flag should be out this time by Keith Higgs. Looks to the inside. In turns number 1 and 2, he couldn't get it to stick. He's got one more opportunity into turns number 3 and 4. Hickman's right around the bottom of the speedway, and the new South Australian champion will be Darren Hickman. Second will go to Keith Higgs. Third to Mick Nicola. Then we go back to the 77 of Bill Miller, and oh, what's happened there on the finish line? Looks like Steve Vaughan and Brad Smith came together, but your new South Australian Super Sedan champion is Darren Hickman. So thanks for joining us here on the Infield on behalf of Blathwell Auto Parts and also Sunline Speedway and Westline Speedway. Thanks for joining us here on the Infield. We'll see you next time.